or 0736 352224. Connect with us on YouTube and Facebook at Blackman TV. We are on TikTok as BTV Kenya and also Blackman Studios on Facebook as well. Blackman Digital Graphics. Quality you can trust. Welcome to Blackman Digital Graphics. We offer design, printing and branding services using large format printing, offset and digital printing. Our approach to printing, graphics design and branding is top-notch with quality services including roll-up banners, street banners, teardrops, reflective banners, telescope banners, vehicle branding, road signages, mugs, badges, t-shirts, polo shirts, hoodies, pens, letterheads, business cards, envelopes, receipt books, brochures, flyers, posters, calendars, magazines, wedding cards, plastic ID cards, funeral programs, and many more. We also have indoor and outdoor videography, photography, and live streaming services. Visit us at our Migori Market, Onyinjo Bridge, Tiendege Stage offices. Call or WhatsApp us through 0721 379308 or 0736 352224. Connect with us on YouTube and Facebook at Blackman TV. We are on TikTok as BTV Kenya and also Blackman Studios on Facebook as well. Blackman Digital Graphics. Quality you can trust. Welcome to Blackman Digital Graphics. We offer design, printing and branding services using large format printing, offset and digital printing. Our approach to printing, graphics design and branding is top-notch with quality services including roll-up banners, street banners, teardrops, reflective banners, telescope banners, vehicle branding, road signages, mugs, badges, t-shirts, polo shirts, hoodies, pens, letterheads, business cards, envelopes, receipt books, brochures.
Welcome back, my dear viewers. As we promised you earlier, we are back, and thank you for the comments that you are sending, and also thank you for the questions that you are asking. We'll sample them before we wind up. Now, as we said earlier, let us get to matters that pertains higher learning, that is in the university learning institutions. Now, Mr. Lewa, what is your take on higher education? Especially when I talk about this, I talk about especially the categorization of the learners into bands. You find that this learner is in band 3, this one is in band 2. Like the other time we saw a learner who comes from a very poor background in the media, and he happened to work the media in his home, and it was shown, and the learner was saying, I'm in band 3, and actually this one I cannot afford. What is your take on it? Mr. Philip.
Okay, Mr. Philip, you can help me.
Okay, I
Yes.
think the government was trying to, it was just an attempt to make higher education affordable, but again they are messed in the way in which they were able to place the students, because they were the government is saying that they have a testing instrument, that they were able to collect the information of the parents using the information you provided, your M-Pesa statement and all this, and then they are able to say if your income as a family is this one, then they should be able to place that child, that student, in the lowest band possible, so that they're able, to get the fee. Like we expected children from poor background to be placed in a band where they can pay 6,000 per year, where semester 1 you pay 3,000 and semester 2 you pay another 3,000, and that is affordable, and somebody can do that. But now here comes the case where your need, yes, but you are placed in a band where you're supposed to pay 60,000 in one course. So I think even right now we are told that the CEO for help has been, sent on compulsory leave because of this mess they have caused. So I would easily say that they have messed the higher education. I went to the university in the year 2009 with the help, and I can say if help was not there, I wouldn't have gone to the university, because I wholesomely depended on help to clear the fee, and that help is what we used to clear the fee. By then the University of Nairobi fee was the fee that we were supposed to pay was 28,000. So out of this 28,000, help would send semester 1 4,000 and semester 2 another 4,000, and that is our year 8,000. Then I would remain with the 20,000 to pay. Like somebody like me, I got a help gave me a bursary of 8,000, and also I got a loan of 55,000. Out of the bursary of 8,000, they were sending me to university direct, and it was going to reduce for me the 20 that remained, and I was going to remain with now 12,000. And every semester I was receiving 23,000. This 23,000, I would pick 12,000 and clear, and we were also paying accommodation to stay in the university hostel at 4,800. So within, I would only struggle in first semester, but second semester the 23,000 would come and already cleared the fee and cleared accommodation, and it was affordable. If by 2009 university education was affordable, and I had a single parent, yes, how much more should it be affordable now, even when the cost of living has gone high and most parents cannot afford? So I think the funding model is a good one, we appreciate, but it should be made to be more realistic, so that every person is served right. And then it should be affordable to everybody, whether you are employed or not. Why must you tell me that because I'm a teacher and my wife is also a teacher, now with us we are supposed to be placed in a band where we pay 120,000, yet we also pay taxes? We also need to feel it. So it should not be a punishment to those who are working, but it should be affordable to everybody. Let it be affordable to that person who does not have a slip, and let it also be affordable to the person who does slip, because it is the government. We are all taxpayers in one way or the other, and therefore even the children of these people, that the middle class that are employed, they also need to feel the easiness when it comes to paying of fees. So I think the funding model as we speak right now, HELB is still the best, but with the government scholarship and loan they're talking about, they should relook at it so that it equalizes. They say education is the equalizer. It is the one that can bring us on board, even to the children of the rich, those who have gone to international schools and they don't even. There are parents that can afford university education without help, but there are majority that will depend on help and scholarship. So if the president wants to make education affordable, then let him collect all the monies, the presidential scholarship, the CDFs bursaries, the presidential bursaries, the women ref bursaries. They put them together in a pool and say, all these billions, about 120 billion in a year, be put together, and then we say, let's have free education in Kenya from preschool to the university. Because everybody has been given money. If you are a friend of the women rep, you will get a bursary of 10,000. If you are still the friend of the governor, you will get bursary. If you are a friend of the MP, you will get a bursary. If you are a friend, so you can be one person and you are a friend of all these politicians and you benefit. Me, who is not a friend of the politicians, I'll get nothing. Yet I am also a taxpayer. Why must somebody tell me that a child of a teacher cannot get a bursary while I'm the taxpayer also? I also pay tax, and I'm also taxed thoroughly, so that I support these other things, these other monies. So I think the government should relook into the aspect of funding model, so that not only those who are, those who are below the dollar in terms of living standard are benefiting, but all of us, including those who are in the middle class, are able to benefit.
Now, just on that, Mr. Liwa,
Yes.
don't you think, in your opinion, there is a psychological, or in a way that this grouping and banding would affect learners? I want you to take this scenario. Me and you, we both are in the university,
Yes.
and you said you are placed in a band whereby you pay 6,000 per semester,
Yes.
right? But me, I pay like over 20,000 per semester. Will there be like, I'm looking at this one is poor, I'm learning with the poor? Do you think that can affect the learners in a way, knowing that Mr. Philip has said education is the equalizer, but right now we have the grouping and the banding where you are in a lower band? Do you think others will start looking at other students who come from poor families, because by then there was nothing like you come from a poor family, this thing did cut across? Do you think it would affect the learners in universities psychologically?
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, because maybe some students may feel that they are inferior to those who are paying huge amount of fees, and that could maybe make some of them not to feel like they should be in such places.
Mr. Philip,
Yes.
what is your take?
Actually, what I was saying is that even before, the government had a criteria in which they were able to determine a needy student and the one who was less needy, and they were able, all of them were able to benefit. But as what we are seeing now that brings the chaos is that the person who should be genuinely considered for the funding is the one that has been placed with the band that requires more funding.
More funding.
So there's no, people are wondering, which instrument are they using to place? Because the people you expect, a parent who is just working as, for somebody they're talking about, you can be an orphan, yes. They're using that one as, like me, I was equally an orphan then. But right now, we expected the instrument to be more accurate because they have the data from the KRA, they have the data from Kenya Bureau of Statistics, they have the data from the M-Pesa statement. They are able to collate the data of an individual and able to rank them. And they get an algorithm that will be able to place somebody on the economic index that would say, this person, according to his transaction, this is what he can get in a month. I think up to where we are, most parents and most students, if their applications are not reviewed,
Yes.
they will drop out of school. Because remember, that is just fees. And there is aspect of accommodation. Universities currently does not offer accommodation. Like, even if you go for the accommodation at the university, they normally first consider first years. But even the first year accommodation alone is nowadays very expensive. A semester, here they want like 15,000. And then there's no cooking at the university. The students want to eat from the cafeteria or from the outside. So university education is not easy. It has got also other small ingredients within it that our parents must plan for it so that you are able to go through the term, the semester and finish.
Now, Mr. Aliwa,
Yes.
is it proper for the government to fund public university students and not fund private university students? And yet, it is the same government, through COOPs, that place these learners in these learning institutions. Is it proper for this to happen?
Okay, for me, as we know that, but these public universities, they belong to the government, while private universities, they are owned by individuals. So maybe the government sees it wise to fund those who are learning in public universities, since the government knows that learning in private universities capable of learning in public university. Maybe the government may think that they are the real people who attain the acquired what? The acquired grade. And I hope you know very well that those who into this, some of them do not attain the required what? The required grade. So for me, maybe that could be the reason, but as far as I'm concerned, I would advise our government chip in and even help those who are learning in private universities.
Mr. Philip, just before I get on the comments, what is your reaction to this?
You know, when my take would be that when a student has been placed by KUSUPS to a private university, it means the available space in the public universities have been occupied, and therefore they have offered alternative route. So if they are placed in private universities by KUSUPS, then they have been placed there on behalf of public universities that could not accommodate them because number is big. Like right now, those who are going to the university this year alone, first years, are over 153,000. And you realize that maybe a university can only have, a university has a capacity of 6,000. So it means the public university will take all the students, will take the number they would, depending on their capacity, and the remaining, it is the KUSUPS that place them to the private. When a student has been placed in a private university by the government placement board, then they should be able to fund them in equal measure. In equal measure. Maybe choice 1 you have done University of Nairobi, choice 2 you have done Baraton, and your third choice is Kisii University, and the fourth choice, and it could be you have fallen at Baraton, and you wanted University of Nairobi. If it is among the choices you had placed and the government has put you there and the course you want is there, they should be able to fund you. Otherwise, we are all taxpayers. Even the child from that child who is in private university, the parents are paying taxes. So they should be funded where they are, because it means the capacity in capacity in public is what is limited. So they should be funded actually. But if you are a parent who has decided you are not taking your child through KUSUPS, and you are, let's say you are saying, me, I don't think I want my child to go through KUSUPS. So you take your daughter, you go to Strathmore or USIU, you walk in and look for admission, and you pay your own fees, the 430,000.
Of course, and I did not use their money. Why must I pay to be cleared by help? Does it make sense?
I think it is not, like, it is a requirement that of Chapter 6 that if you are looking for a job, you must be cleared by KRA, by HELP, Anti-Corruption Commission, these bodies that put people in blacklist. It is just a way, but I think HELP as what we call the certificate of compliance. They are just asking you, are you complying? If I think of late they are not paying. They are not paying. In fact, nowadays they have come to the level where they are saying, if you will be successful, you will be required to bring the following. I accept a few cases where they wanted them before, but even KRA, you could not be doing a serious business that would require that you pay taxes, whichever maybe you are a Kali person, but still when you want a government job, they still, I think it's just a way in which the government brings checks and balances. That are we giving a job and you are the person who is not even paying? Being able to pay the loan is a way of repaying so that somebody else can go and pay. So I think it is just if the amount, like I think right now, HELP compliance certificate is free. Maybe a few areas like certificate of good conduct is where we pay, but most of them are becoming free with time or limited cost. But it is not about that they are punishing. It is also another way in which they are raising their own revenue within the system. They're generating their own revenue using that one.
Now, my dear viewers, let me take comments and reactions briefly, and thereafter we'll just wind up. Now, I see a comment here from Jen. Jen Akinyi is saying she's watching us from town. She's within town, and she's asking this. I am a teacher. She's saying I'm a teacher, and I don't understand how government is going to go, how far the government is going to go with the CBC. Ask Mr. Philip, will this really work?
Can I respond?
Yes.
CBC will work, but it will take us time. I think like I said that the grade 8 and grade 7, they are the pilot class. So particularly the grade 8 and the pilot class. But the children that are currently in grade 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, there is some meaningful learning taking place. But those who are in grade 8, to some extent, and grade 7 actually, to some extent, with them they will have to fumble all the way, because whichever way, they are a test class throughout until they finish.
Now, Innocent is saying he's watching from Mfangano Island, and Innocent is saying, now, Isaiah actually is calling me by name. Our children are used as test tubes. I believe he's talking about being used to find out whether this CBC and junior secondary school learning is going to work.
Okay.
What will become of them? Now they're being used to test whether the system is working. What next if it doesn't work?
Yes.
I want Mr. Lewa to take on that.
Yes. What do you think?
What do you think?
If the system, can you repeat the question?
If the system, the CBC and the junior secondary school does not work, what will become of the learners who are used to test out whether this learning model will proceed well in the future?
Okay, on my side, I'd say that the government itself knows the challenges CBC is facing, and I know the government is going to come up with a proper way to ensure that CBC implementation and even maybe education goes successful. So to me, I don't think that CBC will collapse.
Thank you so much, Mr. Philip. You can react on that. Then I take one on Kochali wa Kochali.
Okay, I think the government is putting all the necessary efforts to ensure that they have done something. Particularly, there is that discussion whether grade 9 should be put in senior school, because already they're Form 1s. There's no Form 1s next year.
Yeah.
So maybe they can consider that one also. They are allowing the grade 9 to be in senior secondary. But even without that, the government has already promised to confirm the 46,000 JSS. A motivated teacher can give more output than an unmotivated teacher. And also, the government has equally promised to hire additional 20,000. So all these things are geared towards improving the human resource capital. So we hope with the changes that takes place daily, and with the new Minister of Education, if you would give the CBC the focus that Akina Magoa and Matiang'i had envisioned before, then CBC should be able to work. It is workable. It is workable. And this class, that is the pioneering class, can actually still be worked on if something can be done between today and next year, so that before they jump to the senior secondary school, something can be done. So that I believe the government is doing a lot, but it is not much. There is much, and I think even the monitoring of the implementation of CBC is also poor. The feedbacks are also not speaking. You know, the data from the ground is not really reflecting what was envisioned in the CBC. I'm asking myself, if we are talking of competency-based curriculum, where a child is supposed to make a torch, repair a microphone, why do we still draw a frog and name the parts? Why do we still draw cockroaches? While the systems like China, where the children are doing CBC, the children are able to even make toys that are able to, and they are selling toys at 400 in Kenyan market, made by children in grade 4, 5, 6. So I'm a physics teacher who cannot fix a bulb, or I do not even know. I can teach children that this is diode, forward, reversed, back, reversed, back. But then give me a radio and it is the diode that is now having a problem. I'll not be able to diagnose. So the CBC still, the kind of retooling they're doing is, and it is so rushed that it doesn't give teachers time to internalize and conceptualize what we wanted CBC to be. CBC was to produce a person that was going to solve a problem. Not a person who is going to be part of the problem.
Now I want us to take this one. Ochali wa Kochali. Who should we obey? Nat or Kupet?
Right now we are obeying Kupet. Kupet is the one that is fighting for teachers.
Yes.
Nat has already gone to the bed with the TSC, and I'm telling you, OU cannot represent. OU was used to chase away Sosion. And Esbon, the other time Esbon was on TV, was just rapping, talking of nonsense. And it is Kupet. What we are saying as Kupet is this, that teachers should not be anywhere near the school until, it does not matter the amount of threat that the TSC is giving. What we are saying is very clear, that teachers should away. In fact, that should be my last comment as we finish.
I want you then to give the last comment. Now look into the camera and let it be the last comment, because we are winding up. You have 30 seconds.
Okay, let me say that Kupet has called a strike, and on Friday, this coming Friday, I want to invite all the teachers, the JSS teachers and the secondary school teachers, and even the teachers in the country that feel they are not properly represented, come out and speak. The government has already proved that when the people are not on the street, they don't act. They were waiting for the Gen Zs to act so that they form a broad-based government. They are waiting for teachers to go to the strike so that children can waste more time so that they can do whatever they want to do. We are calling all our teachers, stay away from school. And if those teachers, we have the teachers in the secondary school, we have formed a wing called KDF that is used to wipe anybody. We don't even want to see a teacher teaching at night, that you're pretending that you're going to teach. The children are ours. Even teachers are equally parents, and our children feel it. So we want every teacher to stay at home until the government meet our standard. Remember, we don't have health insurance. It is already reduced. The teachers have stagnated for years. There's no promotion, and the TSC has created 10 job groups. You will never be a principal in this dispensation, because you will never navigate from C1 to D5 within the time remaining for you that you die. Most teachers will die at C3, and that we are saying the terms of engagement must be improved.
Yes, Mr. Lewa, look into the camera.
Yes.
You have the two cameras. Look into them and give your last word.
Okay, okay, for me, I would urge NAT officials and Kupet to come together. They should stop having different ideologies or different ideas. They should come together and decide on one thing. Then again, I will urge Kupet to continue standing firm on the grievances for teachers. Yeah, that's what I can say.
My dear viewers, thank you so much for keeping tuned with BTV Hot Seat. Every Wednesday we are here to deliberate on matters that affect you directly, both at the county level and nationally. We have had a humble time with Mr. Philip and also Mr. Aliwa. Thank you so much for the time that you people sacrificed to come to be with us here. May God bless you, dear viewers. Till next week on Wednesday, keep posted, keep in touch. God bless you. Have a wonderful night. Thank you so much,
Thank you.
Mr. Philip.